Hi guys, this is Blue and this is the first episode of Blast to the Past. What I'm going to be doing is taking us back, playing some of them games that we thought, oh my god, this is amazing at, but I guess we've kind of forgotten over time, or even if they are still popular, it's always good to go back and just talk about how they were, even when I was a child, I guess is the way to say it. And my first episode, as you probably guessed from the title, is good old Final Fantasy IX, my favourite instalment of the series, by far. I don't think there's been one personally that's beaten it, but I'm sure anyone watching this who's a Final Fantasy fan is probably laughing and saying their own favourite. That's what makes these games beautiful. No one has the same favourite. So, forgot my save. Oh no, this is on my PlayStation. I haven't got my big save. I think I got my little one here. Yeah. No, what we'll do, go brand new and talk you guys through it. Absolutely fantastic. I remember this is actually, I'm going to put my hands up and say the first Final Fantasy I got into. I had on the SNES when I was a child, Mystic Quest, because I thought it was a lot like Legend of Zelda. But I never knew that it was a Final Fantasy, because here in Europe, in America and Japan it's named Final Fantasy, but here in Europe it's only called Mystic Quest Adventure or something. So, being honest with myself, this is the first Final Fantasy I properly got into and played, and then I went backwards and then forwards. And I really do rate this one very highly. The experience is a mixture of all of them. Very romantic, action-packed, funny, and there are characters in it that you learn to love. My Vivi, I love Vivi in this. And you're looking at it now, graphically it's not amazing, but if you think about how old this game is, it's impressive that this is still pretty good looking. Oh, this song. Unfortunately, guys, it's not even unfortunately, but with the Final Fantasy games, you can't skip the cutscenes unless you actually have a PlayStation 1. You just open the disc tray and close it. I do have a physical copy, but this is actually running off of the PlayStation Store version, which is $7.99 currently for the game. I think that's actually the standard price for any of the Final Fantasies on there. Honestly, my judgment is get it. Just go out there, get on that store and buy it, because it's the most underrated Final Fantasy there is. Trying to skip, but not really going to go my way with this one. Yeah, the game itself has 4 discs, and here we go. There's another bit of gameplay here. So this is our protagonist, Zidane. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky. I'm going to get a couple of the secrets in there, just because I like this game, and I'll probably get into this a lot. But as I say, we'll play the first 30 minutes of it, maybe a little bit more if I'm feeling a bit addicted to it. And you guys get to see it. If anyone's watching this who hasn't played this Final Fantasy, now is a good time to get a feel for how it is, because the beginning of the game straight away is like the rest of the game, very gripping, gives you some story straight away, leaves you with questions and goes forward from there. So let's give them the potion and let's start the fight. For the sake of this, his name is Zidane, but this is proof that this is my footage. I'm going to call him PAL F for format. PALF. That's a nice name. It's me, Zidane. And there's the 3. Now, believe it or not, in this, Vivi is my favourite character, and we'll meet him shortly. But my second favourite character is the guy with red hair. I'm not sure if you can see him, the little blob at the end. The one closest to Zidane. His name's Blanc, or Blanc. And he's amazing. So, here we go, let's get into this. One of the best battle themes as well. I put my hands up, I will say Final Fantasy VII by far holds the best battle themes. It's fantastic. The music to that, the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII is amazing. This one doesn't fall too far behind. My tactic with this, you can get Mithril Sword from him. I always attack with first 3 strong guys, and oh, I've done it wrong. And then still with Sinner. So you get 3 attacks, and you get Blank, Marcus, and Zidane to attack the first round, and then Sinner to steal. After you've done that, opposite, you get the 3 strongest to steal until you get Mithril Sword, and then get Sinner to attack. It can be a bit of a chore, but luckily we picked up that potion. And also he falls over like that. I think, I haven't ever tried, but I'm sure on this one you can actually die in the first battle. Which is pretty mad to think. But yeah, it's not difficult. I mean, if you just attack with everyone, you're all good to go. But if you know the Mithril Sword there, it's tempting to keep stealing, so it pushes the fight a little bit longer. Those of you that are familiar with Final Fantasy VIII, that you would know this is like material stealing. Oh, there we go, Mage Masher, that's it, not Mithril Sword. What am I on about? Sorry about that, guys. Been a long time. So yeah, now you can just go for him. He should be out of the game in a few more hits. God, I can't believe I made the newbie mistake of calling it the wrong name. The Mage Masher. And there we go. Got a man with a pink beard. That's pretty amazing. That's what I'm doing. Pink beard in it tonight. And we get to meet Baku, or Baku, that's it, Baku, yeah. Hey fools! And what will happen is now you get quite a lot of talking, which builds up the story. Quite nice storyline at the beginning. You know, you guys are the bad guys. Not normal. Every time I play this bit of it, this early in the game, I always think that Zidane's voice is going to be more like, "Oh, what's happening, bro? Yeah, man, let's ride the waves, man." But later in the game, you kind of, I don't know, maybe that's just personal preference, but later in the game, he starts to turn into a bit of a bad man. But at this stage, he's actually one of the most annoying start characters ever. There is actually a secret here. If you keep pressing I kidnapped Queen Bran, I think it's 50 or 60 times, one of the other members of the crew come out and tells you to just take this all seriously. But yeah, you want to say this, and then another beautiful cutscene comes on. Dare I say it? I think this one personally has my favourite cutscenes in it. I mean, it's a hard fight because they always do really good. There's Vivi, my favourite character. Got this guy tattooed on my wrist. I love him so much. Sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, all the Final Fantasies have amazing cutscenes, even 7. Just which one to say is the best? I mean, there's so many. I mean, looking at Final Fantasy X, there's some emotional ones there. But in this one, I just think there's a lot more. I feel like this one's got a lot more cutscenes. And there's a mixture of everything. A bit of love, a bit of fighting. Even summons, when you see the summon cutscene with Atomos a bit later, wow. You know, when I first saw that scene as a kid, that made me angry. I was like, right, I've got to complete this game because of what he'd done. So there we go, Final Fantasy VII starts, and we actually start to get playing as a good character. Oh god, yeah. Forgot about all this. Gotta wait for it to pan over first. So we're roughly about 10 minutes in, we're still getting past the cutscenes. Oh my. Here we go. I do apologise for the black box around the screen as well, guys. It's just the fact that the PS games on the digital side of things can't be stretched any bigger. That is as big as they get on the PlayStation, so yeah, ignore the black box. Put it on full screen or something. You swapped your ticket. Bye bye. Now you're never going to hear a voice in the same way again. You can be a bit cheeky. Walk backwards. And there's a few cards around here. Now, a big part of this, like the one its predecessor 8, there's a lot of there's a card game involved. This one's called Tetra, I think it is, and it's amazing. I really like this one. I liked 8s, but I thought it was quite annoying how hard it was to get the collection of 8 cards. I really hang on, is it? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played 8. 8 is the one that you're gonna shoot me, guys. 8 is my least favourite Final Fantasy. Not saying it's bad. I'm a Final Fantasy fan to the core, but 8 is the one that I enjoyed least. But I liked it still, if that makes sense. I really liked it, but I enjoyed it the least out of all of them. So poor Vivi gets knocked over by the rat boy, and then we see this crowd here. So just giving you an introduction to what's happened with Vivi, because it kind of leaves you blank here. He's obviously obtained a ticket somehow to go to a show that's in Alexandria, the castle of this place, and he's in for a nice little treat. Oh my god, I'm not using the D-sticks, I'm not used to that on this. I'll roll, not holding the circle button and running around. Right, so yeah, he goes in to cash his ticket, and that's what we're doing now. The thing I love about this, and I guess I'm not showing you guys it in enough detail, you can explore anywhere at this point. You can just run into some of the houses, talk to people, and just find secrets. There are so many secrets in this town for the beginning of the game. It's amazing. I mean, there's a mini game to the left of this booth where you've just got to jump over skipping ropes. And you can unlock cards there and bits like that, but I'm sure, I can't remember exactly, but you can unlock one of the best, like, really good prize. I'm actually sure it's one of the better weapons in the later game this early in. But there you go, this guy says we've got a fake ticket and then gives us some cards and tells us to find Alleyway Jack. Alleyway Jack is a mugger, believe it or not. I mean, generally. There we go, there you go. So you got your weapon shop and all that. I don't even know why I came here. Just, you know, always pulled to explore in this game. Yeah, I know where everything is. Up there's Castle Alexandria, but you can't get in because you ain't got your ticket. This is that jump rope game. Let's have a go. Let's see how well I can do this after all this time. So start us off. Let's go. Right, okay, that didn't just happen. That was a hack. The girls were just hacking. And it always happens in PS1 games. Let's just go again. Right, here we go. The master's on his stride. These girls can have nothing on Vivi and his magical ways. Oh my god, they're getting faster and the writing's putting me off. What does that say? I can't even read it. I'm just too focused on pressing X. Oh yeah, here we go. Got a card or something. Oh, jump, jump, jump. Yes, look at that skill right there. There's a Final Fantasy skillman right there. Oh, 33. You know what? I'm happy with that. That's more than I can do in real life. So, now we need to go and meet the rat boy again. I don't actually get what's this guy's problem. He shouts at you because you fell over and calls you a klutz. Stupid hippo man. I would go and kick his ladder, forgot his word then, the name, and made him fall off. Oh, it's been a long day, has it? So you want to shout at random children, do you? Or, well, I don't know, but you get what I mean. Oh. Are you Alleyway Jack? Do I look like that loser? No, Alleyway Jack's got 4 arms and you just look like an idiot. I love as well, you know, without putting any spoilers in this game, with Final Fantasy 9, like, there's so much that you don't realise is important. I mean, at this stage here you're meeting, look, there's Alleyway Jack, but I can't bother to speak to him. But at this point you're meeting this boy who's leading you, and you're becoming his servant or slave or whatever he calls you. And you've got to then go over the rooftops, and he's promised you a seating in this place. This is all very important to the later storyline, very later storyline. I mean, disc 3, you know, quite far in. So we get to meet the trademarks. Oh, I tell you, playing this game, just takes you back to your childhood. I haven't done much but read, but I just love this, all of this. I don't think you can fault this game. If you had to ask me to review it, I wouldn't be allowed to. I'd be too biased with it. 10 out of 10 in my eyes, when actually I'm sure it's got its faults. So if you ever have a review up for this, it will have to be someone like Scott, who actually hates the Final Fantasy games, hates them with a passion, and but he wouldn't be biased to it. He'd give it an honest chance because he's never given this a go. But yeah, so we're creeping up to 15 minutes. We've still got a little while into the game. Okay. Again, saying about how important little things they put in this for the future of the game. That got character Stiltskin. Not massive importance to the storyline as such, but he adds an element to the game. He's travelling, so sometimes you'll meet him, sometimes you won't. But when you meet him, there's always really good offers. Like he'll sell you a lot of things, plus like an elixir, which are very rare in this game, for £900 or gil, sorry. And it's really cool. Gives it an element of fun. Just some games of today lack. I don't think RPGs of today, unfortunately, live up to this kind of standards. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since I've played a JRPG where I've actually been able to explore to this extent. I mean, it's all fine running over open fields and having all these different characters and all this, but the thing that makes Final Fantasy sell is just the amount of fun it is to run around and find all these little niggly secrets that are hidden. I mean, the other game I'm playing for at the minute is Tales of the Abyss, and I love that game. That game is really good, but it will never compare to something of the likes of this because of the fact I don't think it's got these little niggly secrets involved. You know, it's upsetting in some ways, but hopefully, you know, Saguchi can get something else out, or even the Tales of. We've got Tales Auxilia coming out. I had a quick go of that at MCM in London 2013. That wasn't bad. That looks like it's got potential, but again, there's a difference between looks like and actually having it. So hopefully, you know, the next gen can be the launch, or even Auxilia can be the launch of real RPGs coming back out. You know, I think JRPGs full stop, they're not as mass produced, and if they are, they're not produced to the quality Final Fantasy 7, 8 and 9, even actually let's take it back even further there, from 3 up to 10 I'd say, and then the others have been good, but again they're falling into the same regime as all the other JRPGs. So here we go, we got Queen Brahan, or however you say her name, I can't remember how it's pronounced, looking all ugly, and good old Garnet being guarded by Steiner. I'll tell you what, if we see Steiner in the normal graphics, the gameplay graphics, one of my good friends called Osman taught me when we were playing this through, and I could never see the game in the same way. But when you run as Steiner, he looks like he's wearing a thong, because of the crease between his armour. You've just got to look for it, it's really funny. When I saw it, I couldn't see Steiner in the same light. Not that you actually see him in any light in this game. he seems to be quite a joke character. And more talking. Believe it or not, actually, it's really funny because the thought into I Want to Be Your Canary, which is the play there playing as a part of the game. Again, talking about the amount of detail put into a game, you get a good bulk of that story, although it's got no relevance to actually being a part of the main storyline. You get a good insight to the world. It kind of tells you get the idea of the world's stories, let's say, and I quite like that about 9, and 8's like it as well. Final Fantasy 8 is very much like that. You get to learn about the world as well. again, you get in another fight now, and it's quite cool. You get the option of using something called FX. They do no damage, but they're meant to just make the fight look cooler. Never know why. I used to always use them. I mean, I won't use them in this fight. They don't do anything. They just shine and 0 damage comes up. But I guess the way I sort of always seen it is when I was using them, it taught me about flicking through the options and teach you to use other things other than just attack. And that in its own right is something that doesn't happen today, because it's teaching you how to play a game without putting text on saying press X to attack, press down to flick through the menus, because like anyone else, that's really annoying. There you go, first magic attack used against our characters, and it done nothing. With Sinner, I might as well have just done the FX version though. It's funny, doing this, I've only just realised, there we go, I'll do the SFX. I've only just realised that actually your first 2 fights was Baku, him in a dragon suit, and this one, I've never thought of it, I've never even considered it. That is such a true point. I've learned something new. There we go. So here we go. This bit here is one of my ultimate favourite game moments. I'll go silent and you guys can witness this. For more. God of War taught me well. Boom! Not a single one missed. The Queen better be happy with that. Let's see what we get rated with. Really? I didn't miss any of it. 99? Where's that 1? We'll get him. Oh, she was quite impressed. Pfft. Fat man. No, I'm not even doing that again. They can fuck off. To be honest, guys, I know I said I'd do 30 minutes, but I think this is a really good point to end. Reason being is, after this point, I think I've given you a good snippet of how the game plays, and I think after this point it gets really good, really addictive, and in the 5 minutes you wouldn't get really too much more out of it. So guys, if you haven't played Final Fantasy IX, as I said before, obviously get it in the retailers in the sense of second hand, or you can go onto the PlayStation Network and download it for $7.99 on PSP, PS3 or PS Vita, and probably soon to be PS4. In regards to my verdict, I would say get it, because although it's old, it hasn't dated badly. It is still fun to play, it really is. Either way, this has been Blue with ThePalFormat. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment and like, and watch all of our other videos. Got a few more videos like this coming in a way. Thank you very much.